intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 to 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-859-3220. That's 800-859-3220 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220.
In Germany, a threat has led to the closing of one of the most famous parties on the planet.
A bomb threat has triggered a massive security response in the city of Munich. And as a result, German authorities say Oktoberfest will now be closed until at least this evening. There is also a large emergency operation underway right now in northern Munich after an explosion at a house. One person has been found dead.
That's ABC's Lama Hassan. That person is believed to be the man who triggered that explosion. They just kept at it and at it and at it. Police in Austin, Texas say state-of-the-art technology helped them solve a murder case going back more than 3 decades. Here's ABC's Jim Ryan in Dallas.
Just before Christmas, 1991, 4 teenage girls were murdered in a yogurt shop in Austin. Hundreds of people were questioned. Some were even charged. But the true killer was finally identified this year based on DNA testing of flesh found under the fingernails of 13-year-old Amy Ayers.
It's 2.5 million to 1 that it's likely Robert Brasher's underneath Amy's fingernails.
Austin Police Detective Daniel Jackson says Brasher's is thought to have killed at least 3 other people, 7 altogether, before he took his own.
On 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, presented by Professional Floor Covering.
It is 95.3 WBEV. Welcome to Community Comment. And we are just about to get rolling here. First, wanted to remind you we are presented by Professional Floor Covering for Community Comment. They are in Abbey Design Center at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Visit their website, proflr.com. They are locally owned. Randy and his team are here to help you design the perfect space with over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood, tile, area rugs, and window finishings. It's so much more than floors. It's a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops, cabinets, tile, shower inserts, and more. And they also do tub-to-shower conversions. You can turn your standard bathroom into a luxurious spa with a tub-to-shower conversion. A tub-to-shower conversion can also drastically improve the quality of life for those that have trouble lifting their legs up and over the wall of a standard tub. And now, without further ado, here's Terry Bell for today's Community Comment.
Thank you very much, Jake. This is Community Comment, and we're going to go a bit of a ways outside of Beaver Dam today in Dodge County to talk to our guests from the Downtown West Bend Association, talking about all the really cool things going on there that you might want to take part in. You also might want to take part in our conversation. If you'd like to, you can call us or text us at 920-887-9595 or call the studio line at 885-4446. And we're joined in the studio by Downtown West Bend Association Executive Director Phil Fritchie and Events Coordinator Nate Wake. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us.
It's great to be here today.
Yeah, and Phil, you're no stranger to Beaver Dam.
No, I sat here at the studio and did programs, probably over 200 over the years that I was the Chamber of Commerce Director here. So it's fun to be back.
It's good to have you back, and a lot to talk about. Let's start with the farmers market. Farmers market season winding down, but still a few good weeks left.
Yeah, we want to talk about our award-winning farmers market. Nate here is our events coordinator. It's kind of his bailiwick. He's the one in charge of the market officially. So I'm going to let him tell a little bit about what's going on this year, particularly at the farmers market in West Bend.
Yeah, so this year was a pretty special year. It was actually the 50th anniversary of our organization running the market, which is a huge milestone. To celebrate, we had a couple different celebrity guests that we had. One of them actually Larry the Pepper. That was awesome to have him. We had Allison Dairyland, Sarah Hagenow. She was awesome. And actually Mrs. USA from Jackson, Wisconsin. She visited our market, and she was awesome. So we're very, very thankful to have them come to our market. The market runs every Saturday from May 17th all the way to the end of October, from 7:30 to 11 a.m. We have about over 100 vendors that come to our market. And like Phil mentioned, we actually just won the #1 markets in the state of Wisconsin for the 4th year in a row, dating back to 2022 and now in 2025. We're very proud of that. That is a huge milestone that we are very thankful to win.
Absolutely, and I would have to think that's quite an honor in a place like Wisconsin, which has some pretty famous farmers markets and well-established ones. So clearly, West Bend is tops among them.
For sure.
Absolutely. I mean, we are up against Madison, the Dane County market. West Dallas has got a big market, and there's other ones that are fantastic markets around the state. But we really are proud that we're voted #1 by popular vote for the last 4 years in a row. And the voting just ended yesterday for this year, so we just found out this morning that we in fact did win it for the 4th year in a row.
Oh, congratulations. What do you think it is that makes the West Bend Farmers Market so beloved?
I think it's a combination between the community. In West Bend, we have such a nice community that supports everybody. We see that, and then also our vendors. Our vendors are great. They have just amazing products. So we're very thankful for them.
Very good. Now, it's the 50th anniversary of the farmers market.
And that's just the 50th anniversary that we've been managing it. The market has been around probably for an additional 25 to 40 years prior to that.
Wow, that's amazing. As best you know, how has it evolved in that long time?
It definitely has gotten much bigger. We are the largest market in southeast Wisconsin. We have 166 stalls that we try to fill every week that we have the market. We know that it started decades ago in just a small parking lot in the downtown. Now we actually close down Main Street about 5 to 6 blocks every Saturday, and it's right on the street. So it's a very charming atmosphere at the market. We've got businesses on both sides of the street, and the street's lined up from one end to the next with our vendors. We have entertainment every week, 3 different locations, so people can hear music as they're walking down the street. We have food vendors. You can have food to eat while you're there, as well as food to take home. So it's just a great variety, and I think Nate would agree with me. We're very particular about vetting the people that are at the market. So you asked, what's one of the secrets? We don't just have a flea market. We put people through the ringer. Some of the people who want to come and be in our market are actually put off a little bit by all the questions we ask. We want to see product. We sometimes will have them come in to see us personally. We have to have all of the paperwork in, and we vet everybody very thoroughly. So I think that's part of the reason we have a good market.
What's some of the criteria?
Well, we look for a variety of mostly homemade or handmade goods when it's something that's not like an actual vegetable or an orchard. So we don't allow people to come in and sell what they bought wholesale retail. So there's nothing that's manufactured that's there. It's all done by crafters or food items or the grown vegetables. We try to keep all the vegetables local. We do have a few that have come from further afield in Wisconsin, Door County, for instance, but most of it's local. So that's part of the criteria. And you want to talk, Nate, about some of the other things that we have that we require our vendors to produce for us?
Yeah, one of the other things that we also manage is that just that we don't have too many of the same type of vendor. Because with that, nobody's going to be happy. Nobody's going to be making enough money. If people are selling multiple vegetables and we have multiple vendors like that, it's not going to be good for anybody. So that's one of the things that we do too. We have many vendors that contact us, but we unfortunately just can't because we already have so many vendors. So that's another thing that's really tough and that we look for. And we pride ourselves on that. It's not just anybody gets in or anybody. It's really particular, and I think that's what really helps us winning these best markets in the state.
Very good. We are talking with Downtown West Bend Association about all the great things happening there. We do need to take a break, but we will be right back. You're listening to Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
As the leaves fall this season, the trees begin to look bare, unlike
Thank you very much, Jake. We're so pleased to have Phil Fritchie and Nate Wake from the Downtown West Bend Association joining us to talk about a lot of the really cool things happening in downtown West Bend. We were just talking about the farmers market, and a really cool feature of your farmers market is an opportunity to sample a featured item each week before people make the commitment of buying that item.
Yeah, I'll introduce. I'll let Nate kind of explain what we're doing. We're doing an experiment the last 5 weeks of our season this year with what we call the free taste booth, and this is something that has been popular at a couple of the markets in Milwaukee County. We thought we should try this, so this is our putting our toe in the water for the end of the season here.
Yeah, so essentially what happens is we get a product that's being sold at the market by one of our vendors, and we basically put it up next to our own booth because we have an information booth at the market, and anybody can come and get a free tasting of one of the vegetables or fruits. So last week we had kohlrabi. I was a guinea pig in this sense. I never had it, never heard of it.
I've never had it.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite, but I tried it. I'm a picky eater, and I'm proud to say that I tried it. So that was last week. This week we're gonna have some peppers from one of our vendors. We're gonna have apple cider on the last date of the market. So it's something really cool that we're trying to get kind of more community involved with. Hey, I've never seen this, or I've never tried it, or they even just walk past the product that we're having them taste for free. So I think it's a really cool experience, and really just another thing that patrons can try and enjoy the market with.
Yeah, seems like a great idea. The farmers market is a great way to get people to come downtown, and there's another opportunity coming up, and this one also focused around food.
We actually have as kind of our primary mission to drive customer traffic to downtown West Bend. That's what we're all about, to make it an economic, thriving area of the city. So we do all these events that are designed to bring people downtown. Some of them are basically shopping events. But then we pair other elements with it to try to get people to go out, on a Saturday or whatever day of the week we're doing it. So the one that we have coming up this coming Saturday, so it's right around the corner, is our soup and sourdough shopping event in downtown. And it'll run from 11 to 5 p.m. on Saturday. We still have passes available. I'll let Nate expound on the details to this, but it's just a fun way for people to spend an afternoon doing some shopping at our boutique shops, and then also having the flavor tastes of different soups and sourdough.
And it's that time of year.
It is.
Yeah, we're officially in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so if a patron comes and buys a pass, they have the opportunity to go to 14 different shops. And at each shop, you can shop, but then you'll also have a taste of different soups, and then also some sourdough as well. So you have 14 opportunities to try that, 14 different shops to shop at. And one of the things that I can definitely attest to, and Phil can as well, a lot of these shops, the owners are awesome. We can't say enough about them. They always have great ideas. And one of the things that's awesome about them too is they work together so well. That's not something you see very often, but all the shops in downtown, they all want to see each other succeed, and it's awesome to see that.
Yeah, I imagine, they're competitors, but they also have a shared desire to, get more people to. The success for one is a success for everybody. I would think.
You're absolutely right, and we're appreciative that they see that because, as Nate mentioned, you don't always have that kind of camaraderie with competing businesses. Sometimes they're thinking if somebody's in your shop, they're not shopping at my shop. Our shop owners, the men and the women that own the businesses, all believe in more people for everybody means more sales for everybody, and it makes a healthier, more vibrant economy.
Certainly. So what can people expect if they're going to their first soup and sourdough event this Saturday?
You're going to run them through the process of what happens after they buy their pass?
Yeah, so after you get your pass, we have a map on a brochure that you will receive, locating all the different shops. You can go whichever one you want. You can start however you want, go north to south, south to north.
Let me interrupt. They're all walkable distance. So this is about 7 blocks back and forth, so it's not anything you've got in your car and drive to. You park once and then you walk the whole downtown.
Good to know, yeah.
Yeah, so you can walk in the beautiful downtown, enjoy the fall. We're looking at the weather and it should be a little cooler now with the soup. Just try the different soups, talk to the business owner, shop, buy something. It should be a great time.
Yeah, fantastic. There are, I think you had brought a list of participating shops.
Yeah, we do. A lot of the shops that are kind of the core of our downtown are actually like boutique shops that cater to women. And we think that there's a lot of women here in Dodge County that probably would enjoy shopping at our downtown shops. La Belle Vie Clothing is one, Christy Mack's Boutique, Beige Boutique, Andy's. And then we also have some other shops that are not boutiques. We have a sports memorabilia shop in downtown, so there's stuff for the guys to do too. I will say when we have these shopping events like the soup and sourdough, we tend to get people coming as groups. So it's very rare that somebody buys a ticket for themselves and they go. It'll be mothers and daughters, it'll be girlfriends, sometimes it'll be couples, depending upon what the event is. And we love to see that too. So that's like bringing families or groups of friends to the downtown for the experience.
Sure, that brings a lot of good energy to the event too.
It does.
Fantastic.
People have fun at the events. I'll throw the phrase out here. I tell everybody in West Bend, including the Chamber of Commerce, who is kind of our competitors, I said, we're the organization that hosts all the fun events in West Bend. No, I'll stick to that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would talk that up too. Anything else about this event that you think people would be interested to know?
Passes are still available this Saturday from 11 to 5.
I suppose we should give the way that they can get the passes. You go online to Ticketleap, but the link is on our website, downtownwestbend.com, or you can call our office if you want and get some more information. The number is 262-338-3909.
Excellent. So and they can get their tickets there, $15 each, and you're getting an awful lot for your $15.
We need to talk to people who did the event last year. You get a serving cup for each soup at each location and some bread, and they said they were actually full. It was like having a meal after they went through the event.
I was going to say, it's hard to dine out on $15 anymore, so that is a good deal.
It is.
Okay, very good. And once again, that is from 11 in the morning until 5 o'clock, and that is kind of this upcoming Saturday, October 4th. About whereabouts people are familiar with West Bend, whereabouts would you park? What street is this on?
Our historic downtown is immediately south of Highway 33, so it's an easy drive from Beaver Dam. You take 33 right over, and then Main Street kind of ends for the downtown at Highway 33. So our offices where you'd pick up your passes are at 120 North Main Street. We're about 6 blocks south of Highway 33. There's some construction going on right now at the intersections around where Main Street connects with 33, so people probably, if they do a Google map, it'll direct you on which streets you've got to go. There's parking on Main Street, there's parking in the side streets, there's some public lots that are between the buildings on Main Street and the Milwaukee River, which runs right to the east of our Main Street. We have a beautiful river walk too, so that makes for some nice walks when you're downtown for any of our events.
I'm just curious, how long has this event been a thing?
This is a newer event. This is only our second year for the Soup and Sourdough.
Okay.
But there have been historically different shopping events every autumn, so the themes have changed over the years. We do some in spring as well.
I was going to ask if there are any particular soups or sourdoughs that are popular, but it might be hard just in 2 years to establish that.
True. We do have an award, the Golden Ladle Award, though. We let everybody who participates in the event vote on their favorite soup, and the restaurant that gets the most votes will get the Golden Ladle.
Okay.
So last year it went to Waller's Supper Club, and they're not participating this year, so it's a kind of an open season for whoever might win the award this year of the Golden Ladle.
Okay, and once again, that's the Soup and Sourdough event that's coming up this upcoming Saturday, October 4th from 11 to 5. And once again, how would people get their tickets?
On our website at www.downtownwestbend.com, or you can call us in our office at 262-338-3909.
Very good. We need to take a break for the news right now, but we will be right back. We're talking with Downtown West Bend Association on Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Here's Terry Bell with more community comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Thank you, Jake. We're so pleased to have Phil Fritchie, the Executive Director of Downtown West Bend Association, along with Events Coordinator Nate Wake. We're talking about all the really nifty things just happening down the road on Highway 33 in downtown West Bend. If you'd like to participate in the program, you can give us a call or a text at 920-887-9595 or call us here at the studio line at 885-4446. Well, here we are. It's October, and of course, Halloween and trick-or-treating. And like a lot of communities, downtown West Bend has an opportunity for families to participate in a safe and sanctioned trick-or-treating event.
And a free event. So this is one of the things that our downtown businesses partner with us on. That's really kind of a give back to the community. This is not really a shopping event. This is all about having people come out and have a good time. And I'll let Nate elaborate on this. But it's coming up on Friday, October 10th. So it's a little bit earlier than the end of the month, but it's an opportunity for kids and moms and dads to come out in an evening, a Friday evening, and do like a little pre-Halloween trick-or-treating.
I think that's a great opportunity. So instead of like trying to compete with every other trick-or-treating event, have yours on a day when nobody else is having it.
Yeah.
Or was that the idea? I don't know.
Kind of in between. One of the things that the shops like doing it kind of earlier before Halloween. So we try to listen to the shops and respect their voices, just because we're there kind of to serve them. But this trick-or-treating event is a little bit different than a normal trick-or-treat. Obviously, since it's downtown, everything is way more walkable. It's within walking distance. And there's just more charm to it. Being in the beautiful downtown, all the businesses participating and supporting everybody. I had the privilege last year. I was not the events coordinator at the moment, so I got to attend the event as patron with my girlfriend. We brought my little nephew. So that was really cool to see it from a different perspective. Because obviously when you're working the event, you kind of see it differently. So we got to go to all the different stops, get my nephew Liam some candy, and it really is just a great event. Last year we had an amazing turnout. Part of it was the weather was about like 70 degrees, and it was just beautiful.
It was actually warmer than that. It was like almost 80 degrees. It was warm. We were all wearing costumes at the booth.
Well, the good news is
it was warm.
Then the kids don't have to put coats over their costumes, which they hate.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And then on this year, actually, it's the West Bend Homecoming this year. So it's going to work out well because right after the parade, families can bring their kids down to downtown to trick or treat, and then go to the Big East-West football game later that night.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So what we do for the downtown trick or treat, we close off one short block of Main Street by Old Settlers Park. That's a small triangular park in downtown West Bend. It's kind of the focus of many of the activities that we do. And we'll have vendors there that will have not only treats for the kids, but also games. I think we have about about 10 vendors that'll be there. And then a number of the shops downtown will also have treats. And we have little signs we make that like a pumpkin, so people walking around, they'll know, where the locations are that they can go and do trick-or-treating. To give you an idea of the magnitude of this, we had enough candy for 1,000 people last year from the Downtown Association, and we ran out.
That is amazing.
So it was a well-attended event.
That's fantastic. I particularly like the time of day. This is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's kind of that golden hour. So it'll still be pretty light for everybody to feel nice and safe, but there'll be a little bit of atmosphere too.
Yeah, absolutely. The time of it is very intentional since we're doing it on a Friday. So that you are getting into the evening, the dusk time. So it gets a little bit more like Halloween spooky at the end. But there's really nothing frightening that goes on at this event. This is a very family-friendly for little kids on up.
Okay. Kids encouraged to wear costumes, games and treats. And Main Street closed to traffic, as you mentioned. And there are other businesses offering treats besides the actual event itself?
Yes, and so we'll probably have a list or two at our booth, but then, as I said, there will be little signs like a pumpkin. I think it says trick or treat on it too, right?
Yeah, trick or treat style.
And so people will know walking up down the street, they'll see the signs in the windows of the places they'll be participating. I should mention here, we have this vibrant downtown. Part of, I think, the renaissance of the downtown West Bend is due to the municipal infrastructure and investments. So just last year, 2024, there was a major renovation of the street, a major rebuilding. So the street was closed for a whole season. And it was hard for the businesses then, but now it's been, reopened, and it's a beautiful, brand new street. It's just gorgeous. At the same time, we were redoing our River Walk, which is just to the east of the downtown. So we've got a lot of investment from the city of West Bend. We're grateful for it. It works hand in hand with what we do as private organizations to try to keep the economy vibrant.
Very good. And that's the Downtown Trick or Treat event. That's Friday, October 10th. So that'll be a week from Friday. And that's from 5 to 7 p.m. And I suppose there's more information on your website.
There is. And certainly it's open to the public. So folks from Beaver Dam can travel over that evening. The website, again, is downtownwestbend.com. And when you go there, we have a tabs at the top, one that says events. Click on the events, and then you'll see all of the drop-down things we talked earlier about, the soup and sourdough. We're going to talk a little bit later about another event that's coming up in November. So everything is off of that events button, and then you'll see the event that you're looking for.
Very good. We're going to take a break here, but be right back. We're talking with Downtown West Bend Association on Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Call us today for a free, no-pressure consultation at 623-5559.
Providing this community beautiful floors and so much more, the team at Professional Floor Covering can't wait to connect with our friends through today's community comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Welcome back to Community Comment here on 95.3 WBEV with the last segment. Here's Terry.
And if you're following along, okay, we're not going to worry about the stream. Anyway, but we are going to worry about some really, really cool things happening in downtown West Bend. We're joined by our guests from the Downtown West Bend Association, Executive Director Phil Fritchie and Events Coordinator Nate Wake. If you have a question or a comment for Phil or Nate, go ahead and give us a call or a text at 920-887-9595. Or you can call the studio line at 885-4446. And I know something you're particularly eager to talk about while you're with us today, and that's the Autumn Wine Walk.
Yeah, this is a fun one. We do 2 wine walks. At 8 p.m. We'll have about 20 stops for patrons to go to for the wine walk. Our different shops, kind of similar to the soup and sourdough setup. And people could try different wines at each stop. We have reds and whites, dries and sweets, anything you could imagine. And this is just a really fun event, especially for the widows whose husbands go out and hunt that weekend.
Makes a lot of sense.
This is a great event. We have the ability for people to taste up to 40 wines. So every one of the 20 stops will have 2 wines. Usually it's a red and a white, or a dry and a sweet. And we don't get a lot of people that taste all of them, which is probably good. But you have the ability if you want to. And people really focus on the kinds of wines they like. So we find when people go on the walks with groups of friends, typically, they will, if they're a red wine drinker, they'll just have the reds. But it's a great event. A lot of people who will also stop at some of the restaurants downtown, some of which will be having specials during the event, to get something to eat while they're there, or even wait till the event is over and they'll go and have a bite to eat someplace. So you make a whole evening of it.
Absolutely. And the theme this year, cozy flannel.
Yeah, we typically switch up the theme each year. Last year was the Which Way Wine Walk. This year we went with the cozy flannel, particularly just because it's later in November this year. That's always a fun one. People really, really go into costume for this. It's really just a great, fun event that people like the soup and sourdough come in a group. Not many people come just solo. It's a really good thing to have with a family or friends, anything like that, just to get people out and get doing something as the weather starts to get even colder.
And I'm expecting to get some groups here from Dodge County again. I saw some old friends the last 2 events we had that came from Dodge County, and I hope they had a good time. I hope they're coming back with their group. We have 2 levels of pricing, so we wanted to mention that. We have a VIP pricing for the event. It's $50 per pass. And with that level, you get a real stemmed glass, a lanyard to hold it, and then you get an extra hour to taste. So the people that do the VIP passes can start about 3 p.m. and go all the way to 8 if they want to take that time. The other level is our general pass. That's $40. And that gets you a plastic stemless cup, and your tasting can begin at 4 p.m.
Okay, very good. And the wines, are they from Wisconsin, or are they from all over?
They actually can be from all over. Some years we've actually tried to do kind of a theme. Last year we had pairings, so any stop that you went to, no matter if it was a red and a white or a dry and a sweet, they were from the same location. So it might have been a country, they might have been both from Chile, or they might have been both from Door County. We didn't do that this year. This year it's just kind of an eclectic mix of reds and whites and sweets and dries. But I actually kind of like that. I started the wine walks here in Beaver Dam when I was at the Chamber of Commerce, and we had a very particular theme. I don't know if they follow this anymore, but we would have stops that represented a particular country from each of the continents that have wine, and then we would always have a Wisconsin stop. So we had like 6 stops every year, and that was very focused, on a geography each year. So I'm really open to doing that, but we decided we weren't going to do it for this one.
Okay, all right. And once again, general passes $40, VIP passes $50.
And you get a lot of benefits with that VIP, the extra hour of tasting.
They also get entered into a raffle. We'll have a raffle basket of some different wines, a wine opening kit, and then some actually cooking equipment from Regalware in West Bend actually as well.
Yeah, all kinds of.
Yeah, they're automatically entered if you're a VIP, and then you can buy additional chances to win if you want. But it's a valuable basket. It's probably going to be $150 or more in value.
Oh wow! That would be something really terrific to have. And again, very intentional having this on opening season of the Deer Hunt.
Yes. As Nate mentioned, last autumn's wine walk was around the time of Halloween, so it was the Which Way Wine Walk. But this one is Cozy Flannel, and we hope everyone gets into the spirit of it. We hope to see a lot of flannel that night, and gentlemen too to come out. I mean, it can't always be just all women, even though it's the Hunters Widows weekend. We had quite a few gentlemen that came to the Which Way last year. So
yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Make it a couples night.
Yeah. Well, the floor is yours. We have a few more minutes. What should people here in the Dodge County radio audience know about what's going on in downtown West Bend?
Well, maybe you could start talking a little bit about what we do versus like the Chamber of Commerce. So we have a Chamber of Commerce in West Bend, like there's one here in Beaver Dam. But we're a separate organization, and our focus is very geographic. Our focus is the historic downtown, and our goal is to keep that a thriving, economic part of the city. So we do a lot of events. Versus like a Chamber of Commerce, we're not a membership organization. We do lots of events, right? Right, Nate? We do lots of events. We have 24 weeks of the farmers market. We do 14 weeks of free music events on Thursday nights downtown where we shut off part of the street. We've got these wine tasting events. We have at least a half a dozen shopping events like the soup and sourdough we talked about earlier. And we're looking at doing some new things too. At some point, we'd love to have a winter market in our downtown. We've been working very diligently at that. I'm not sure it's going to happen this year, but we're hoping by next year we can do that.
I see more and more Christmas markets in different places anymore.
Well, matter of fact, we will be holding the first ever Christkindlmarkt in downtown West Bend this November, and we hope to come back to the station again, maybe talk about that in early November to invite folks over, because it's 45-minute drive straight across Highway 33, and you can experience what we hope will be an old world European type market.
Okay, fantastic. So absolutely. Getting back on my train of thought, I apologize. One question I wanted to ask. So, you put on a number of different events. So like say you get you're the event-driven organization, which can be a lot of fun and very rewarding, I imagine. What goes into? Do you research a lot on what you might do for a future event? Do you just kind of throw the spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks? What goes into that process?
I wouldn't say we throw the spaghetti on the wall. I personally have a lot of experience in this type of thing. I've been involved with German events since I was a teenager. I used to serve on the board of German Fest in Milwaukee. So when we're putting things together now that we've got the team that we have with Nate and myself and our office administrator, it's very deliberative, and it's based on experience and what we think might work and what's a good fit for our downtown. You talk about we're very event-driven. Summertime, we are running ragged. We're putting 50-hour weeks in, and we're looking to diversify what we're doing throughout the year to bring some more things maybe into the cooler months when it's a little slower, and not to do any more things in the summertime because of the amount of time we put in. So that's one of the reasons why we would like to do a winter market in the future and to do the Christkindlmarkt, because it's going to be in November, and that's beyond our busy season. Mm-hmm. But what we do takes a lot of planning, even the things that are routine that we do every year. The music events require us to do some vetting of bands and things, and I'm telling you, we get hundreds and hundreds of offers, propositions from bands to perform for our different events. So that takes a lot of time, even though it's an existing event, and I won't say routine, but I guess there's some routine to it now. We've been doing it enough years, the two of us.
There's a lot that goes into it, but when the event gets going and when the event's all said and done, it's very worth it. As a bender, I grew up in West Bend all my life. Go Spartans! But downtown wasn't something that, as a high school or college kid, I never really said to myself, I want to go to downtown, and that is not the case anymore. It is very vibrant. The community is booming. A lot of industry, as Phil mentioned, rebuilding the Riverwalk, the road. A lot has gone into it, and it really is becoming a destination for people to attend. And for me, as a bender, it makes me really proud just to see that hey, West Bend is somewhere or something that people want to go to.
Yeah. For those who don't know, he's calling himself a bender because that's what West Bend people call themselves, benders. Okay. I want to make sure people understood that because they really don't know that phrase out here. He's a bender. We've been neglected. We've been talking about our shops, our retail shops. We have, to Nate's point, a whole bunch of restaurants and bars, taverns in downtown that are just fabulous. Great food, great atmosphere, fun places. We don't have issues with any of the places downtown. 15 years ago, you might have said that there could be some risque bars in downtown West Bend. It's not the case anymore. It is the place to go as a couple. You feel safe, and just great environment. So beyond the shopping, we've got great restaurants and bars in downtown. It is a destination. Nate is absolutely right, for people of all ages.
Yeah, and I imagine the word's getting out.
I think so. I think, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the investment the city did with redoing the street was a big help in that. People are taking another look at downtown. We get people all the time that come to our events because of the event. So they'll tell us, I haven't been to downtown West Bend in years, and boy, is this beautiful. Boy, is this fantastic. Oh, you have so many nice shops, and it's clean, and it looks great. Mm-hmm. And we love that. That makes everything we do rewarding.
And that's, I would imagine, have to be a great magnet for a business that is looking for a place to set up shop.
Absolutely, and we don't have a lot of vacancies downtown. Sometimes it's hard for a small business owner to make it, and so there'll be an opening, a vacancy. I think we'll have 3 spots maybe downtown that'll be vacant coming up in the next couple months. Otherwise, it's a pretty healthy downtown with very few vacancies.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Let's remind our listeners of things that are coming up now. The farmers market season winding down, but we're still going through October 25th.
Absolutely. Make sure if you stop by our market in the next few weeks, you stop at the free taste booth and have something maybe you've never had before that will be available for purchase if you like it.
Okay, and that's each Saturday up until October 25th. And then the soup and sourdough event.
Yeah, Saturday, October 4th, this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come try some soup, sourdough, and get your shopping on.
Fantastic. The downtown trick or treat is coming up Friday, October 10th, right after work.
Yeah, open to the public, so anybody from Dodge County wants to come out and join us in downtown. It's free treats and games and activities right off of Old Settlers Park, and then throughout the downtown, there'll be other locations that will be having free treats.
Okay, and finally, the Autumn Wine Walk.
Yeah, Saturday, November 22nd from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., Hunter's Widows Weekend. Come try some wines and have some fun.
Very good. And the website then for people who want to take in some more information?
DowntownWestBend.com. And if you're looking for any of these specific events, we have a button at the top on the tab. Hit the events button, then you'll find at the drop-down list any of the events we've talked about today and some that are coming up into the future.
Very good. Well, it's been an hour well spent. Gentlemen, if you want to come back in a month or so, we'd love to talk to you.
We would love the invitation to come back, and thank you for having us today. It's been great to be back on Community Comment.
Fantastic. Good to meet you, too. And you've been listening to Community Comment. We've been joined today by Phil Fritchie, the Executive Director of Downtown West Bend Association. Nate Wake is the Events Coordinator for the organization. You have been listening to Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.